To Star Trek, the improvised generation. We are just about to beam up to the USS McGinley, but before we do, please silence all of your communicators. And just in case we have to eject the warp core, your escape pods are just through that door. We are going to need to do a security clearance in the form of a suggestion. So can anyone give me an object in nature?
Tree.
A tree. Thank you very much. McGinley, we are ready to beam up.
First Officer's Log, Stardate 471448.1. Captain Thompson is away at a xenological conference on Mygar 4. So that means I'm in charge of the ship. I guess I'll have to continue my security clearance to make sure that everyone on board is doing exactly what I've asked them to do. Outstanding. Outstanding.
Do you want me to expand the search, or
No, that's fine.
just 8 and 9, sir?
Just 8 and 9. I don't think we need to increase. I always feel a little edgy when the captain is off ship. I find it odd that her being my superior officer, and yet I have to take command of the ship. As soon as she steps away, I feel like, well, a little extra protective.
Commander Deadman, I brought you the report. I did the manual inspection of all the decks as you requested and checked in with each team of ops, each team member from ops. Deadman, Captain looks good on you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Commander?
Yes,
Outstanding, these look great.
as they should.
As always they do. You seem chipper today?
I just don't take enough time to walk around the ship. Just look at everyone doing their jobs, seeing everything running like a ship.
Man, it's strange. You know, on my first ship, I could feel the engine room shaking underneath me.
Is that because the ship blew up?
Lieutenant, I know I've lost 2 ships in the past. That doesn't mean I'm going to lose a third. Third time's a charm, right?
Maybe.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. You know, the ship that blew up, the first one, it was actually an unauthorized expedition. He had heard there was a planet where everyone was nude, and so he flew at warp 9.8 to get there.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you.
Unauthorized?
First ship was lost because I had to take command while we were in the middle of a battle and the captain had transported to a planet. He was killed. I tried to get everyone off as safely as I could, and unfortunately the ship was damaged, but everyone escaped on the escape pods. Second ship I lost, the Mifune. Well, that was a different time. That was during the Borg attack at Wolf 001. I'm sure you're familiar with that one, aren't you?
Yes, I remember that very well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up, Commander.
Don't be silly. Of course not. That's in the past. We don't talk about the past. We just look forward to the future. I guess just hearing that kind of brings up some old memories for me. And with the captain off the ship, it just reminds me of how important the McGinley is. You're dismissed.
Aye, Commander.
space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship McGinley. Her continuing mission to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Starring Paul Hungerford as Commander Jack Deadman.
Amanda Troop as Lieutenant Commander Ilaria Vina.
Scott Palmason as Dr. Alistair Scott.
Matthew Pittner as Lieutenant Frost Clem.
Paul Vanasek as Ensign Flack Danton.
And Rob Ullett as Councillor Chulok.
Guest starring Laurie Jones.
And special guest star, Sarah Mountjoy Pepka.
Engage.
July.
Lieutenant Flynn.
May I ask what you are doing?
I am trimming my bonsai tree.
Looks good.
Thank you.
I think maybe you've trimmed it just a little bit too much.
I do not agree with your assessment.
It looks great.
This is a meditation rite for myself. Vulcans need to meditate. This is how I do it.
It looks good. I take back what I said.
Lieutenant Clinton, why would you make such a judgment?
It just seems like there's a lot of clippings and there's not much foliage left at the top of the tree. Looks kind of bare.
One must cut it back so that it can grow up and forward. You must strip it down so that it knows which way it must grow.
That makes sense.
It's like calming one's mind. I calm my mind and empty it from everything, so I know what I should think about.
Well, the reason I stopped by is because of our meeting, our therapy session.
Yes. Let me put my scissors down.
Unless you want to talk about you, we can talk about you today. Never mind.
Lieutenant Quinn. When we last met, you were describing to me some of your fears and trepidations from your youth.
Yeah?
Yes.
It wasn't easy growing up on the moons of Valos. It was constantly at war. We were afraid of the Cardassians coming in and killing us in our sleep.
I see.
I think that's why I have a problem with authority sometimes. I want to fight to be in control when I feel like the situation is out of my control. Like now, I feel a little bit uneasy with the captain gone. I trust the commander, but I get this odd feeling that he doesn't trust himself. I mean, he has lost 2 other ships. We all have our past, but I mean, I don't want to blow up in my sleep.
It sounds like you have trust issues.
I think that that's fair.
Do you have trouble trusting yourself?
Yes, I do.
Really?
problems trusting if the decision I'm about to make is the right one. If I need to draw my phaser, if I should fire or not.
Very interesting.
Do you always trust yourself?
Yes. Indubitably.
That must be nice. Not to second guess yourself.
When one strips away emotion, one has logic to fall back onto. There is only one choice when logic is concerned.
What about a moral issue? Where there is no clear right or wrong. It's just one person's word against another.
You must listen to the facts and make a decision. Usually the facts lead to a decision.
Well, I guess I'll maybe start to give that a try. Just trust my instincts, but then trust that the outcome will be right based on logic.
Have you tried deep breathing?
No, we can go through your exercises again if you want.
Certainly.
Okay.
Hands up.
I really don't see what you're so worried about, Jack. You're the head of the ship, you're fully capable, and you were bred to be a captain.
Yeah, the last 2 times I was a captain, things didn't turn out so great.
You don't think I've had a few Cardassians on my floor, dead, blood everywhere, thinking to myself, what could I have done different?
As the ship doctor, I'm sure you've been presented with life and death situations. Thank you. Manhattan, you say?
This is a South Manhattan. The rumor was that south of Central Park was the only way to have a Manhattan. And then all of a sudden it was just called a Manhattan. You could have it anywhere. I like to think that we're pure in our hearts. Just trust where it came from, you know?
This is Vina on the bridge to Commander Deadman.
Go ahead.
Starfleet has an incoming transmission. You're needed on the bridge.
Sorry, Dr. Scott. Afraid I'll have to take you up on that South Manhattan later. And, thanks.
Anytime.
Commander on the bridge.
Any on screen?
On screen.
Jack, good to see you again. Admiral Helmsley, unless you've forgotten.
Not at all, Admiral. How can I be of service?
Well, I'm beaming on board in about 3 hours. I'm sending my intercept comm place to you right now. I'd like to meet with you in person, something that can't be discussed over interspace, subspace.
Subspace channels, I understand. Of course, we'll intercept you. Are you intercepting your ship, or are we picking you up somewhere?
My ship.
Very well. We'll see you in about 3 hours.
Helmsley out.
Helmsman.
Coordinates sent in, Commander.
Thanks.
Seems like it must be really important.
Why would Starfleet be sending an admiral to us? Thoughts?
I would wager, perhaps, that they're sending someone to assess your abilities as a leader. That would just be my assessment, of course, Deadman.
Thank you. I guess everyone's curious about my leadership skills.
I'm sure it's just protocol, Commander.
Thank you. Let's get it over with. Engage.
Here we go.
Admiral.
Thank you for having me on board. It's been a while since I've been on the McGinley.
Of course.
I trust you're well.
Very well, thank you.
I'd like to go
Yourself?
straight to your ready room.
Of course. Right this way?
I understand that Captain Thompson is taking some much-needed rest.
Yeah, she's hosting a conference for xenology.
How is the ship holding up in her stead?
Very well, thank you.
It's been a while since you've been in command, no?
Yes, it's been a bit. I've been holding #1 position here as her commander for the last 2 years.
2 years, yes. I've been looking over your reports.
I'm curious, Admiral, what brings you all the way out here?
Well, I'm sure that can wait. I need a martini in my hand.
Of course.
I trust that you have more than synthahol stocked.
I'm sure we can scrounge something up for you. I'm sure Dr. Scott has some things over in sick bay.
Jack,
Admiral.
let's drop the formalities.
Very well.
You're looking well.
Thank you. Feel well. You know, the last time I saw you, you were arguing against my position.
Yes. I was.
You got me court-martialed.
Yes.
You took away my pips and kicked me back down to command. Now you come out here as an admiral and you're asking for a martini.
Surely you can't hold it against me. Knocking you down or the martini. I can't say this is comfortable for me. I'm just doing my job, Jack.
That's what you said last time. I suddenly feel like there's a lot of tension between us.
Maybe there is, Jack. Let's talk it over in your ready room.
Very well. Shh.
As you know, your court-martial was up for contention. I know that most things can't be opened up by Starfleet. I was reviewing myself. Jack, I have been made the new commissioner for appointing captains. I'm not here on a suicide mission. I'm not here on a murder mission. I'm here to assess your abilities for a new command.
Not sure I'm interested in a new command.
Well, that's not something to say to the new commissioner for assigning command, now is it?
Of course. Forgive me. Just taken aback by it.
Well, your court-martial, of course, was routine. It was necessary. Anytime you lose a ship, you must be court-martialed, and that's what I did. That was the job that I had to do. Now, we all know that it was extenuating circumstances. We all know you didn't mean to.
Well, that's comforting.
Nonetheless, most captains don't receive commission after being court-martialed. I've decided to make an exception for you. Perhaps. I've decided to test you.
Oh, you're going to test me.
Yes.
All right. What is this really about? You come in here and offer me a test? What, to become a captain?
Does it need to be anything more than that? Excuse me, I'm slurring.
The doctor pours a mean martini.
Yes. Jack, I don't think this needs to be personal.
I think you're just doing this out of formality so that you can be the one to knock me down. You didn't want me to succeed last time and you don't want me to succeed this time.
That's not fair. Why would I not want you to succeed? You're an outstanding officer. Everybody thinks so?
Sure you don't mean almost everybody thinks so? I read your reports. I saw what you put down against what I did at the Mifune. You were the only person that stood against me. Everyone else saw what I had done. You think I don't live with that?
Tell me why you don't want a commission, Jack.
I didn't say I don't want one.
You said you didn't think you did want one.
I do think I did almost want one. That's exactly what I said.
Repeated you precisely.
Because I care about this ship. I care about the people on it. And I'm not just going to take a command while their captain is off of it.
Well, if you'd rather not be tested, I could pack up my martini and go back to my ship right now.
It suits me fine.
I don't think you mean that, Jack. I think you will regret this.
Very well. Never backed down from a test in the past. Show me your test.
Good. Set a course for the neutral zone.
Set a course, Ensign, for the neutral zone. Mark 281.5. Warp speed 5.
The neutral zone.
Yes.
Commander, are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. We're under orders.
Under orders from whom?
Starfleet. The Admiral's asked us to go here.
Commander.
Engage. Listen, I know the captain is not aboard this ship, and I know that each and every one of you are in your position because you're the best at your position. I have the utmost trust and faith in each and every one of you. Just because Captain Thompson isn't here doesn't mean that Captain Thompson wouldn't want you, each of you, to perform at the best of your duties. I know that I trust you all. As far as I'm concerned, that's all that matters. So, hold fast.
Commander. May I speak with you in private?
Of course.
I think this might be foolhardy. Are you sure she's not playing into your sense of bravado?
That's all right. My bravado's always served me.
Commander, I know what it is to want your own command again. And I would be lying if I said that I would miss you very much on this ship. If I said I wouldn't miss you, because this is not very private. Jack,
Vina.
you rescued me after our encounter with the Borg. You know I will never be promoted. If you get another captain's position, I will be lieutenant commander to someone else.
Starfleet has asked the Admiral to test me. Test me why and how, I don't know.
Commander, long-range scans are picking up a ship. Matching
Type.
our coordinates.
Type.
Seems to be Romulan.
Romulan. Get the Admiral to the bridge, please.
Jack, just be sure that she's testing your skills and not your sense of bravery. We all know you're brave. You don't have to prove that to us.
She's on her way, Captain.
Thank you. Not cloaked. Admiral, we're approaching the neutral zone.
Good.
Romulan warbird approaching.
Interesting. And what would be your next step, Commander?
Not be in the neutral zone.
Your orders were clear. You were sent to the neutral zone, Commander. I hate to unbraid you in front of your crew. Perhaps we should speak in private.
No, go ahead. What you can say to me can be said in front of the crew. You're the one that brought us here. By all means, Admiral. And Lieutenant Frost, let me know if that warbird decides to power up its
Commander.
Thank you. Yes?
Are you quite all right?
I'm fine. Completely fine.
Commander, if I may, I could perform a scan and see if there's any life signs aboard. Recommend we do that.
Outstanding, Lieutenant. Go right ahead.
Scan for life signs.
Ensign, what was that?
I'm actually not quite sure. We are sensing 68 life forms in an upcoming vessel. And there appears to be another vessel 140 kilometers on the port side.
Commander, permission to speak.
By all means.
I think we need to get out of here.
I couldn't agree more.
You have your orders, Commander.
Commander, there is another ship.
Have they powered their shields?
Their shields are up, Captain.
Shields up. Power to defensive systems.
Shields up.
You're commanding officer in a lot of ways here, Admiral. I'm following your orders.
Precisely. You're both following and you're not following. By questioning my orders, you're showing me that you have question. If you have question, we should bring it up.
Why are we here?
We have picked up indication that the Romulans have been building a new space station.
coordinates that I gave to you. Now, so far, it is on the other side of the neutral zone, just at the edge. However, they have capabilities of scanning deep into space that we do not yet have.
Commander, she's right. There is a structure that seems to be in construction.
Jack, here's your assignment. Get to the space station, but don't get detected.
Very well. Have they detected us yet?
Does not appear so, sir.
Recommendations?
I say that we take the long way around.
Is there an M-class planet we can hide behind? Or a nebula? Anything in the area?
There appears to be a moon. It's a, yeah, this will hide us.
Excellent.
It's the Centauri moon.
Ensign, set course for the Centauri moon. Aye, Commander. Mark 428, correction. Mark 429, engage. Stay at impulse power. Aye.
Going faster than impulse. Still not detected.
Stay here, take us above the top of the planet, right where the North Pole is. All right? The electromagnetic field should hide our signature for a little bit. Any news on the warbirds?
We've lost 3 of them.
What do you mean lost?
Lost them? They're gone.
They're gone. They're out of sight.
Are they out of sight or are they cloaked?
It's hard to tell. I'm not picking up any of their senses.
Commander, see if you can.
I do see 4 ships to our port side.
Ship just uncloaked on our port side.
Did they detect us?
It appears so, sir.
Hold
Their
your
shields are up.
positions. Hold your positions.
We've already failed the test. We should leave this area.
Commander, I am sensing an overwhelming feeling of danger.
Jack, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here now.
Commander, nobody do anything.
Jack, I suggest that we at least dip below the shadow of the moon.
Can you do it on impulse power? With my eyes closed. I'll keep them open just in case. Anything?
They're extremely strong EM ratings coming from the bottom of the moon.
EM readings.
Electromagnetic ratings.
Yes. Thank you. Just curious why they'd be emanating from the base of the moon. Unless there was something there. Can you scan that area of the moon, please?
Scanning, Commander.
Anything?
Seems to be some sort of satellite of some sort. Further analysis looks like some sort of projector.
Ensign, can you zoom in on the surface of the moon? Especially on that crater?
Yes. I'm getting it now. It appears as
Target
if we're
just
being
this-
probed.
Can you target just the satellite?
Yes.
Fire.
Fire?
Fire?
Far 8 photon torpedoes. The ships are gone.
Well done, Admiral. Let's get us out of the neutral zone, please. Aye, Commander.
So those weren't,
Ships at all.
they were projections from the satellite.
That's correct. It appears that our instruments have been manipulated by someone to make us think that we were seeing Romulan warbirds coming in on our bow. Thankfully, a little intuition, turns out that it was just a test. Take
I'll
us out
see
of
you
red
in
alert.
your ready room.
Very well.
Go start making the drinks.
Commander, you have the bridge.
I don't like this at all.
What are you trying to prove exactly?
Do you feel you passed the test? Or do you feel you failed?
I feel like I'm jumping through hoops. Why has Starfleet got you making me jump through hoops? I feel like a show dog, like a show
Why
pony.
didn't you question to begin with, Jack?
I did question. I specifically said we should not go to the neutral zone.
According to regulations, you receive orders, correct?
Yes, I receive orders.
You call your staff to the observation lounge, you give them the information that you want to give.
Yes.
Yes, and then?
And then I proceed with the best choices I can make.
An admiral sends you into the neutral zone with no information except to go to the neutral zone. You go in and shoot something down without questioning. Did I ask you to destroy it, Jack? No, I did not.
No, you asked me to perform my duties, and my duties required me to take advantage of the situation.
Were your orders to destroy, Commander? Or were they to find and learn? This is your problem, Jack. You seek and destroy. You don't explore. You don't try to learn. You break things down without thought. This is why you lost those first 2 ships, and this is why you would lose another one, and this is why I backed my court-martial of you.
This isn't about Starfleet. This is about you taking out some personal vendetta against me.
Why would I possibly have anything personal against you? Those feelings are long since gone.
Because you're crazy about everything you've ever done since you've walked on this ship is get close to me and put me under pressure. It's not your best attack.
I could have you kicked off this ship.
Well, then why don't Starfleet wouldn't want me out? You're the only one that wants me out because I said no to you 20 years ago.
You said no 20 years ago, Jack. Would you say no now?
Frost to Commander.
Go ahead.
Commander, we have found another Romulan warbird. No life signs. It appears to be dead in space.
Part 2, Jack.
I hope you're having fun. On screen?
On screen.
What's it look like, Frost?
Like I said, we scanned for life. There's none aboard. Seems to be dead in space. It seems like it's been floating out here for a while.
A derelict Romulan warbird floating in the middle of the neutral zone.
That's not uncommon, is it?
I guess.
In the neutral zone, would we not encounter space debris?
Is it space debris or is it intact?
If I may suggest, Commander.
Please.
What's odd about this is that the Romulans used to destroy their ships or salvage them. It would be highly unlikely that they would leave a ship drifting out in space.
Highly unlikely, Jack. Highly unlikely that they would leave one of their own, that they would abandon one of their own to float by itself.
Is the ship in range?
It is, Commander.
Target photon torpedoes.
Commander,
Yes?
do not just fire on everything. Shoot first, ask questions later. That's old Jack Deadman. That's Jack Deadman when we were at the academy together. That's not Jack Deadman now.
Your officers speak freely about you, Jack.
Is it in range of our tractor beams?
Yes, Commander.
Set a tractor beam on it. Let's pull it out of the neutral zone.
Commander, if I may suggest.
Everyone seems to have so many suggestions.
You could lock a tractor beam and pull it, but it may be booby trapped.
Lock phasers, I'd like to destroy it. There's no reason for any of us to go near that thing.
Unless there is a reason. Because it's a test.
Yeah, it's quite simple. I'll put the safety of this ship and the people aboard it first.
Perhaps you should use the skills of your crew and see if we can help you to discover, Jack.
Very well. What do you recommend?
I recommend that Chulok reaches out to sense if there's any emotions coming from the ship. And then if that fails, I sense we do a detailed... I can't even speak. I am overcome with emotion. If that doesn't work, I suggest that we do a detailed probe of the ship, a scan to see if there's any kind of life forms, be they microorganisms on that ship. And then failing that, I think we send it away team.
There may be some information on board that we could use. Not to mention that they have cloaking technology. Not that we would use it, but...
Chulok, do you mind? Report.
Commander, there is something very strange that I am sensing from the other ship,
Yes?
and also from this room. There is a presence on the other ship, but it is unexpected.
Elaborate.
If I may speak freely.
Of course.
This was set up as a ruse, from what I understand, and what I can tell from the Admiral's mind. But there are Romulans on that ship, and they do intend to do us harm.
Very well. Lock photon torpedoes. Shields up. Wait for my command.
Shields up. Locking photon torpedoes.
Take us closer, Ensign.
Closer, Commander?
Closer. Keep the torpedoes locked on them the entire time, then let it float.
Aye, aye.
Impulse power, take us right up against it.
All right, Commander.
Ensign, if you find any life forms aboard, beam them out.
Hi, sir.
Straight to the brig. Anything?
No, sir.
Within 20 kilometers, Commander.
Sir,
Yes?
I'm detecting 3 life forms.
Can you lock transporters?
I can't quite get their signal.
Ensign. Okay, locking on. I have their signals.
Great.
We have 2 Romulans and 1 human. I'm
You know-
transporting them directly to the bridge. On your mark.
Brig. Brig. Brig.
To the brig. Apologies, Captain.
We're all under a lot of pressure.
On your mark, Captain, to the brig.
Very well. Make it so. How much closer, Ensign?
We're right within 5. We could spit on it if we wanted to.
Hold here. I need an away team. Dr. Scott, Chulok, Admiral, you're with me.
Yes, Commander.
That was a close one.
Phasers on kill.
Admiral, why the hell are we here?
Their engine seems to be shut down.
Chulok, a sister?
They are indeed dead in space. Have been for some while.
I don't like it, Jack. I don't like it one bit.
Jack, Commander,
Admiral?
now that you're here, seek to learn.
Chulak, you picking up anything off of their main computer?
No, Commander.
I give up, Admiral. Why are we here?
We are on a Romulan vessel. For the first time in almost 15 years, we have made it. It is time to take everything that we can, upload it onto your ship's computer, and get the hell out of here.
Wait, that's why we're here? You used the McGinley to come in here and take cloaking information? This Starfleet signed a treaty, the Treaty of Algernon, that says we would not pursue cloaking device information.
Yes, we signed a treaty, Jack, didn't we? And look how well that's going. Lines drawn in space. Tensions everywhere. If we had cloaking technology, Jack, if we had what they had, we wouldn't need a treaty.
No.
Seek to learn, Commander. Those are your orders.
Those might be my orders. But there's no way we're gonna follow them.
What are you doing?
Setting it to self-destruct.
Jack.
I don't know
I
much about
order
Romulan
you.
information, and I don't speak it very well. But I can promise you, we should get the hell out of here. McGinley!
This
Four...
is Yes, this is the McGinley. Go ahead.
Thank you, Commander. 4 to beam up.
Aye, Captain. And Captain, we've detected a number of new Romulan birds of prey.
I hope you're happy.
I hope you're happy we've lost it.
We're about to lose our lives if we don't get the hell out of here. 4 to beam up.
Aye, Captain.
Meet you on the bridge.
Now you've started a war and we've earned nothing, Jack.
I didn't start a war. You did. You started a war 20 years ago. You demanded I be everything about you. You wanted me close to you. You held me so tight I didn't breathe. When I finally escaped your iron clasp, you did everything in your power to tear me down. Well, I'm still standing. Jack Deadman is still standing. That's why they call me Lucky Jack.
Jack Deadman has 38 birds of prey coming straight toward him right now, and not a way to get out.
Well, that's what they said before the Mifune blew up.
Ensign Danton, when the captain gets back, I want you to be ready to leave the neutral zone at warp 8.
If Captain says so, I will.
They're all headed straight for us.
If the captain doesn't get back to the bridge before we need to leave, you will do it on my say-so, Ensign.
Absolutely, Commander.
How many are there?
There's 38.
Well, looks like they sent everyone. How close are they?
They're surrounding us. The closest one is 13 kilometers.
Clint, how deep in the neutral zone are we?
I'd say a couple light years.
Terrific. Ensign, you see that star? The one just on the inside of the galaxy?
Pectic 7, yes.
Yes. Set your marks for it. I want full throttle right at it.
Get us up to 9.6.
Outstanding.
What are you doing, Jack? You should run.
Lucky Jack never runs.
Commander, how long until the Romulan ship blows up?
Good, another probably 1 minute. In fact, I'm counting on it to blow up in exactly 1 minute. Stand by. Make your mark 2.8 and 1. Get ready to engage. Tell me when the Romulans are just within phaser range.
Aye, aye.
Stand by, everyone. This is going to be pretty.
You'll be position in 15 seconds.
Computer, match countdown of the Romulan vessel with our departure time. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
Are you ready? On your mark.
I should have known. I should have known, Deadman.
This is going to be a thing of beauty. Engage. Take us right towards it. Hold on, head straight for the sun.
Structural integrity is rolling. 70%.
Power to shields.
Hinton, put power into the shield.
Moving full power to shield.
Go, Command. Help her out.
Losing inertial dampers.
It's all right. Keep us moving forward.
Shields at 50%.
Flex, on my mark, I want you to take us into warp 3 and head straight up to 000.1. Aye, Captain. On my mark.
Shields falling. 50%.
Ready.
Transferring power.
Engage. They caught in the swell?
Aye.
Every single one of those Romulan birds of prey should be destroyed by now. They just had a little piece of sunshine in their hulls.
And you did it all without firing a shot on the Romulans. A simple rescue mission. You even have 3 survivors in the brig to turn back to the Romulans. And 1 human.
I wonder who it is we'll find down there.
I'm sure they'll be glad to see you. And glad for the rescue.
Very well. Get us out of the neutral zone. Warp 8. Aye, Commander.
I could do with another martini, Jack.
So could I.
Good work, Jack. I haven't seen that maneuver since the Mefusa blew up.
I've in fact never seen that maneuver.
It's called, if I may,
Please.
Deadman's Tree.
I
You-
like it.
You act as though you are going to destroy your ship, and then at the last second, it's everyone else who's hanging.
You know, Admiral, I hope you include in your report how outstanding this crew performed.
Of course. You all passed. You especially, Jack. I'm surprisingly impressed. I'll be sending along a commendable report back to Starfleet. If and when you are ready for commission, I will give my stamp of approval.
Well, just remember, you're going to give your stamp of approval.
I'd say let's get out of the neutral zone.
Warp 8, Ensign.
Aye, Captain.
Nice to see you again, Admiral. Or should I have called you Vera by now?
I suppose I called you Jack one too many times in front of your crew. I'll try to remember next time to keep it to Commander.
The next time you decide to pay a social call or decide to stop by the McGinley, do me a favor. Keep your Admiral robes off you.
I haven't heard you say that in quite a long time, Jack.
prefer to meet you under better circumstances next time.
Likewise.
Goodbye. Again.
When to beam up?
Just one?
This show goes on for another 2 weeks. You will never see that episode again. Every one of our episodes is completely different. We run through the end of September. If you get a chance, if you want to see our main company is performing Sondheim Unscripted at the Falcon. If you have not seen our main company perform, I highly recommend it. It's an outstanding show. You can see shows here at the Improv Studio Theater every weekend. You can look for that information at www.improtheater.com. That's R-E because we're fancy. And we are a 501(c), so that means you can continue your donations on your way out if you so choose. Thank you, everyone. Good night.